All right, welcome everyone. Emergency, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Umar Johnson, he admits that FTMG is about to be auctioned. More specifically, that the abandoned buildings in Wilmington, Delaware will be auctioned today, August 12th of 2025. It's a Tuesday. I broke this story on Friday, this past Friday, August 8th, I believe, of 2025. And here we are today. Umar admits what I told people a couple of days ago. And what we're referring to is, and we're going to get to this his post here, but this is the munition right here that was posted on the door of the large building. There was also another one posted on the door of the small building. I only have the paperwork for this one, but you can actually find a digitized, not a copy of this paperwork. No one has this paperwork as of yet. I haven't been able to find a PDF one yet either. Once it's available, I will be sharing it with everyone. But this was an exclusive. Broke this story on Friday. And if you do the calculations based upon what's here in this paperwork, Umar owes $38,388 on both sides of the street. So there's a munition for one side of the street, there's a munition for the other side of the street. And in this document, it actually says that if Umar doesn't pay this balance that's way past due, some of these bills go back to 2016. I've explained this to people. He purchased trap bundles in 2019, but part of the deal when he acquired these abandoned buildings in February of 2019 is that he took on all of the bills associated with these properties going all the way back to 2016. Okay, you donors paid for that. See? So if you add all of it up, what's past due, $38,388.22. Again, I broke the story on Friday. Now, the munition here, it outlines that if Umar does not pay this bill within 20 days of August 5th of 2025, because that's when it was filed, that the city of Wilmington will take the next step, which would be to start the process to sell the property at a sheriff's sale. Okay. Now, mind you, I just want to make a point before we get into Umar's video that he just posted maybe about an hour ago. Umar didn't know about this. He didn't know that these things were posted on these doors, because if he had been up there and handling business, he would have saw that and he would have taken them off of the doors. So that's number one. It goes to show you he's not handling business. He's traveling all over the world. Furthermore, he's not handling business because he's known about this particular issue for some time. In fact, this whole thing about his accounts being frozen, this is Umar. He set the stage for this because he knew it was coming down the pike. He knew this was coming down. This makes sense? This is how diabolical Umar is. He crafts a whole narrative about that. I hacked his bank account, and that Lene hacked his bank account. Then his bank accounts were frozen, his personal one and the FMG. But he set that up about a month ago, that story. But then he brings it back up maybe about 2 weeks ago. And then here we are where this past Friday, I break the story about this situation here, him owing $38,388.22. And then today, Umar finally addresses it.
Yeah. Big JTV, man. Let's talk about it. I'm pissed, dog. I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all, man. And this is sad, really. This is sad and it's pathetic, right? Because you have a man, an individual here, Umar Johnson. By the way, shout out to Lennon Honor. He's been having complete and great content covering this BS. If y'all get the chance, check out his channel. Subscribe to him. Now, here's the thing. He's playing with fire, though. Because once Dr. Umar eventually has a downfall, I don't think Dr. Umar is mentally stable. You know what I mean? He might need a psychiatrist, to the point where I believe he might go and attack this dude, man. Because Lennon Honor, and I put his clip at the beginning, has been full-time exposing the hypocrisy and the danger that Dr. Umar is to the black community, man. And when I say the black community, I don't just mean in America. I say globally, man. I say globally. And by the way, shout out to the Philip Scott show. He said a term that I'm going to use and borrow right now. Credit to him. He said that term. Dr. Umar is a hotep hustler, right? And this is a term that a lot of people have known about. I just learned it literally this morning. A hotep hustler, right? We're talking about Ben Crump. We're talking about Sean King or Talcum King. We're talking about all the women who worked and started BLM. BLM is an organization. That's a hotep hustle, right? We're talking about individuals who use the trauma and sadness and horrible situation of racism, white supremacy, and systematic oppression that black people go through in order to make money off them. And what makes this worse and even more disgusting and ugly is that Dr. Umar in particular does what a pimp preacher does. And we can put them in separate and also combined categories. In other words, we can say that a pimp makes money off vulnerable, sad, pathetic, lost women who cannot function without a male in their life because they've probably been abused as children. So they have almost universally. A prostitute, right, almost universally has been touched as a child. And I'm not saying appropriately, inappropriately. A prostitute, for the most part, has a horrible relationship with a father, even if they even have a father in the first place. And there's a high likelihood the father has touched them inappropriately. So the pimps know this. Most good pimps, and when I say good pimps, I'm saying pimps who know how to target these women. They know this, and they become the pseudo father for these women. They become not only their father, their boyfriend, their financial advisor, their manager, their lover, all in one combination, and give that prostitute what she needs. Look in the church, the preacher. In the black community, when you walk into any black church, they are about, I'm going to go as far as say 80% of the congregation is women. And them women are usually single. And them women treat the pastor like he's their pseudo boyfriend. He is the leader. He is their man. Sometimes he's sleeping with the women and he's literally their man. They delude themselves into thinking this is their man, and they're willing to pay that collection plate so that black pimp preacher is riding a Mercedes Benz and he's saying it's going for the church rebuilding fund. It ain't going to that. It ain't going to that. You guys are still in that rundown old church that you've had for 30 damn years, and the building fund money has gone straight to his pockets. This is what's going on with Dr. Umar, y'all. It's been going on for 10 plus years. I think the estimation is 12. 12 years. Since 2013, my mistake. This man has promised to build a school for black boys. And within this month, by the end of this month, we're talking about the 23rd, 24th, whatever Lennon Honor said in his video to start it off, I put at the beginning, he will be evicted out of it. Eviction notice has already been sent. And that school, it is a physical school he has in Wilmington, Delaware, will be auctioned off by the state to somebody else. I'm going to say the truth. The state will probably destroy it. The state will probably destroy it because it is in a horrible neighborhood. It's in the hood. It has horrible conditions. It seems old. It seems run down. And most prospective, real estate agents or landowners do not want to create a school there. Right? And you know why? It's because Dr. Umar messed the money up. He messed the money up. He fumbled. I'm going to say this as somebody who, for the most part, the things that Dr. Umar says, I agree with. And guess what? A lot of black people agree with. But there's a reason that Dr. Umar targets black women. And let's be even more specific, single mother black women. If I was to guess how many people, what demographic donates to him the most, it is single black women. Single mother black women. I promise you they are accounting for 80, maybe even damn near 90% of his donations. Why? Because he came up with a clever saying black queens forever, snow bunnies never, and was able to pander and give these women words that he in a way seems like they pseudo boyfriend. They ain't shit baby daddy, ain't shit, so he has replaced them in a physical, in an emotional way. I promise you, a lot of men saw through the game, quote unquote game, that Dr. Umar has been doing. That's why a lot of black men don't go to church no more because they done seen the preacher do it. That's why a lot of black men are not fans of Dr. He blocked me, bro. He blocked me on Instagram. This is the problem in the this is a huge problem in the black community where our women are so devoid of masculinity, are so devoid of leadership, that they rather follow a fool than follow the truth. They'll follow a confident fool than maybe a meek genius, man. And this is what's going to happen. I'm telling you right now, Dr. Umar is going to lose that school. That's obvious. But I believe Dr. Umar is going to lose his house. I think he might go to jail within the year, man. He might go to jail for some wire fraud because people have a case. They can have a case against him. The people who donated, they could file a class action. And he will definitely not afford them bills, and he will be taken to jail, man. And this happens to not only pimps, it happens to preachers every day who have been embezzling money. It happens, obviously, to scammers, man. There was an individual called Brother Polite. I don't know if you knew him. But Brother Polite had been touching minors, man. Disgusting. But he was huge in the conscious community. And he was huge about saying black queens, black queens, black queens. When he had some black queens, he was touching on their daughters, man. Brother Polite is spending about 10 years in jail. He's maybe 3 years in his bed, man. And he came up with Dr. Umar, man. They were part of the same grifting community, man. And it's so sad that really the losers in here are the boys who have been promised good things, who have been promised some kind of leadership and mentorship and masculinity and education, but have had their mothers either getting FUCK'd by Dr. Umar financially and sometimes even literally. It's a sad case, man. I'm going to keep y'all updated on this case, man. Dr. Umar admits FDMG is going to be auctioned because he didn't pay his damn bills. Get it in the comments, man. Big J TV. I want to hear what y'all have to say. I'm out.